Welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting down with Joan Hillman from Franklin Funding Reverse Mortgages, and we are offering some clarification and education on reverse mortgages.
Be glad to help with that.
Thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a world of reverse mortgages that really, I don't think a whole lot of people grasp the concept, the importance, or really how helpful a reverse mortgage can be.
Well, I could just talk about all the misinformation that's out there. I call them urban legends.
They are. You almost have to go to Snopes.com and figure out what's real.
And the best suggestion I have for someone is to sit down maybe in person with an experienced loan officer that will take a look at your situation, because every loan I do is unique. Every person's situation is unique. And what we want to do is make sure that that person understands the loan and that they can see if there's an advantage. In my case, my customers make the decision. I don't.
Right.
So that is my feeling.
So what is a reverse mortgage?
Okay, Congress authorized this program back in 1988 during the Reagan administration. And it started in the early 80s, being concerned about the investment that someone had in their home when they were retired and being able to stay in their home. So it is for anyone who is 62 and over. It is for someone who owns their home and has some equity in their home, which means I can do a loan for someone that has a mortgage and pay that mortgage off.
So you don't have to own the house outright. You can still have a mortgage. You just have to have equity, because I think that's one of the biggest confusions with that is people think, well, I don't own my home.
No, and you know, it is that we're getting into the baby boomers and some of the younger seniors. They still have mortgages.
Right.
And those mortgages are a threat for the future. And if they need that money for something else, they can't get a hold of it. There are no payments that are due.
Okay.
There is a misconception that these are very expensive loans. And I can tell you that years ago they probably were. The costs have gone down. One of the things that occurred last year is we are now doing what's known as a financial assessment.
Okay.
And HUD asked us to really do that because we want to make sure we're making the right decision for our customers. So
then how does it work? They get a check.
They have a lot of choices. When I sit down with someone, and let's give an example, somebody has a $200,000 home, they don't have a mortgage.
Okay.
So now I'm going to look at their age, we're going to look at the value of the house and the current interest rate. We're going to determine, and the proper name for a reverse mortgage is home equity conversion mortgage.
Okay.
And what that means is somebody is going to be able to convert some of that equity in their home to usable funds. Does not mean that they're automatically going to owe the amount that we give them. They have choices. You asked about, they can take a monthly payment, they can leave it in the line of credit, or they can actually take it all, a portion of it all out. You know, again, it comes back to how is that person going to most effectively use that money that's given to them. It's not necessarily the amount, it's how they're going to use it.
Can someone who's going into buying or purchasing a new home do this as their initial mortgage?
Yes, and I talk to people who are downsizing, because when you're downsizing, you're doing it for a number of reasons. You want a smaller home, and you also want to pay a smaller price. They can actually do the reverse mortgage to purchase the house, and they may save as much as 50%. They put 50% down on the house. The other 50% is paid for by the reverse mortgage. Now they have a home that they purchased, and they have funds set aside to help them stay in that home. And that's very important.
It is very important. So there is a lot of information about the reverse mortgage, and there's requirements, and really the best and absolute most information you can get is to sit down with Joan and really learn about how it can help you in your specific situation. Joan, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's my pleasure to be here, and let me just say, education is the most important aspect of this loan. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to Talk of the Town. Have a fabulous week.